Vintage made in Germany Boker knife with ceramic blade. Yes, this is the first knife with the ceramic blade. Well, first knife I've ever handled with a ceramic blade. And as you can see, as this came with its original packaging years ago, here is a note. Congratulations, you have purchased the first pocket knife to be made with ceramic blade. Wow, wonderful and perfect. Let's review my findings on this after a few tests I ran. Well, this is a Boker ceramic blade folding knife made in Solingen, Germany. The blade again is ceramic, while the handle is made of cow bone. Ceramic knife is a knife designed with a ceramic blade typically made from zirconium dioxide, ZrO2, also known as zirconium. These knife blades are usually produced through the dry pressing and firing of powdered zirconia using solid state sintering. Some of the specs of this knife: Boker Ceramic, we have an overall open length 7.4 inches, 18.8 centimeters. Length closed, we've got 4.31 inches, which is 10.94 centimeters, and the blade 3.43 inches long, which is 8.71 centimeters. The blade material ceramic, handles cow bone. Overall very lightweight, 4.1 ounces, 116 grams. Wow. And we have this awesome strong backlock mechanism. The pros of this knife: well, these knives never became too popular. They're discontinued, and this is mostly for collectors. This is a collector's gem, and it's great to have in a collection. So why didn't the ceramic blades become so popular? Why don't we see all the knife makers or most of the greatest ones use? Why Rick Hinderer does not use, or Greg Medford or others? Well, ceramic blades require substantially less work than metal knives. So traditionally, steel blades need to be honed and resharpened at some intervals, depending on the blade steel you have and how hard you use your knife. You will need at some intervals regularly at some points to resharpen your knife to keep the blade more as sharp as you can have it. But with the ceramic knife, it stays sharp up to 10 times long, some say up to 15 times long. It stays sharp very easily, and yeah, it's a quite sharp. No problem cutting anything with this knife. Because of their resistance to strong acid and caustic substances, it's absolutely rust-proof ceramic. You can trust it. It does not rust. And their ability to retain a cutting edge longer than forged metal knives. Ceramic knives are better suited and used for slicing boneless meat, chopping vegetables, fruit, and bread. Let me repeat again. Ceramic knives actually used to being very practical for chefs and anyone who works a lot in the kitchen. It's a great knife for slicing boneless meat, vegetables, fruit, or bread. And so if you're a professional chef or you cook a lot, not cutting bones, just plain boneless meat, and need an awesome cutting tool, and you're in need of a folder, not a fixed blade kitchen ceramic knife, I would say, yeah, ceramic blade maybe is a way for you to go, and you might find it useful. Otherwise, I don't think this knife is really practical or useful, because if you are a chef, if you're a professional in a restaurant business, you're a chef, get a fixed blade for cutting your fruits and vegetables. I don't think this is a practical as a gentleman's carry, even though the design, overall design of this knife looks like it should be a gentleman's carry. For a gentleman's carry, if you have a knife that only can slice fruits and boneless meat, I would not say it's very practical. And I just think, I get the feeling designers thought this was a great idea to make this ceramic blade knife, and it would be practical, but only practical use of it if you cut apples and potatoes 24/7 and you need a folder, this might be the knife for you. So there's a lot of cons for this knife. The biggest one, this is not a practical knife for anything else other than cutting vegetables, fruits, and boneless meat. And why? Ceramic blades are stronger than usual steel, but unfortunately they're also more fragile because of being more brittle. That means that if you drop a ceramic knife or attempt to cut a bone or frozen foods with one, it can break or chip. Yeah, the tip will break or the knife will chip, and here is a proof. After me trying to cut frozen chicken, half defrosted, you see one chip is right here. Here is another second, and we've got a third and lightly fourth, and that's after cutting one frozen chicken. I think if I cut it with M390, M4 and any other super steels I have, even though I cut it at a 90-degree angle, it should not have chipped that much. So overall, my thoughts about this knife, as a collector person, individual who likes rare knives, vintage, rare models, yeah, I'm gonna keep this knife, and this is an awesome knife for a collector. But I don't see any practical use of this knife other than unless you're a chef who needs a folding knife. And I don't know many chefs who need a folder with a 3.4-inch blade for their kitchen work. So, Dankeschön and auf Wiedersehen.